listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you now, because this is no coincidence. If this video appeared to you, it's because the entire universe moved to ensure this message reached you at the exact moment you needed it most. It's not chance, it's synchronicity. It's an invisible summons, a divine whisper coming from the unseen, echoing inside your soul. Stop everything. You need to hear this now. You were guided here because something greater is watching over you, protecting you, and leading you, even when everything seems to be falling apart. Even when you feel you have no more strength. Even when no one understands you. This message is a turning point. And if you watch until the end, you will understand why you went through everything. Why it hurt. Why it took so long. Why it seemed impossible. You will discover that nothing was by chance. And that this, what just arrived now, is exactly what will set you free. Now write 11 in the comments if you are ready to receive this revelation. 11 is the number of awakening, intuition, and reconnection with your mission. Whoever comments 11 declares they are ready. They understand the call. They accept the destiny that is being activated right now. Like this video now, because this simple action energetically activates your permission to receive what is coming. Subscribe to the channel, because the next days will be decisive, and every message we post here will prepare you for what is coming. And if you know someone who also needs a sign, share this video with them right now, because maybe you are the bridge for another soul's awakening as well. The time is now. You are not here by chance. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. There is something sacred operating behind the scenes of your existence. Something you cannot see with physical eyes, but you feel it, deep within your soul. And you know this. You feel it, don't you? It's as if an invisible presence is always one step ahead, guiding you, even in moments when everything seems out of control, even when the world says you're alone, even when your mind screams, it's the end. Your spirit whispers, just keep going, because it will find you when you need it most. What is it? What you are seeking? What your soul has longed for since you were just a child, looking at the night sky, feeling there was something greater out there, something quietly calling you. It may be an answer, a revelation, a reunion, a mission, or even the miracle your faith has quietly held on to for so long. But one thing is certain, it is coming, and it will arrive at the exact right time, not before, not after, when you need it most. This is the divine signature. Understand this. God's timing, the universe's timing, your soul's timing. Do not follow the human clock. They operate according to a higher frequency, inaccessible to those living on life's surface. But you are not just anyone. You are a chosen one. And because of that, everything that happens to you has a hidden purpose. Nothing in your life is random. The falls, the betrayals, the losses, the silences, the waiting. All of it is part of a sacred script. And even what seemed like delay was actually God repositioning your path for something much greater. Because if it had come earlier, you wouldn't have been able to bear it. If it had happened on your timing, it would have turned into ruin. But at the right time, at the exact moment, it will find you. And this "it" has many names. But deep down, it is the vibrational response to your spiritual calling. There is a cosmic principle that says, what you seek is also seeking you. But there is a condition. You must cross the desert before entering the promised land. And it is in that desert, when you feel unseen, misunderstood, when everything seems still, that the universe does its deepest work in you. It is when everything appears dead on the outside that the miracle begins to germinate inside. How many times have you felt like giving up? How many times have you fallen to your knees in silence and said, "I can't take it anymore"? And yet, something made you continue. Something invisible, something powerful, something divine. Because your soul knew, this will find me, and it will be at the right time. You were sabotaged, yes, envied, yes, attacked, betrayed, wronged. But that was not defeat. It was refinement. True gold is tested by fire, and you were burned, not to be destroyed, but to be purified, so that when what is yours arrives, and it will, you will be ready to sustain it. And do you know why? Because you carry a destiny far greater than those around you imagine. They look at you and see someone ordinary, but the universe sees a spiritual warrior on a mission, a being of light infiltrated into a world of darkness, someone carrying sacred codes. And that's why the attacks were so strong, because the enemy knew who you were even before you awakened, knew you had something dangerous, the potential to awaken thousands of others. You were not forgotten. You were hidden, guarded, preserved for a key moment in history. And that moment is approaching. Now listen to this. What you are waiting for is being prepared behind the scenes of reality, not based on what you want, but based on what your soul needs to. Do you know what few truly understand? That the greatest blessings don't come with a warning. They show up precisely in moments of extreme exhaustion, when you think nothing else will happen, when hope seems to have run dry. And it's at that exact breaking point that the spiritual realm moves silently and places in your path what was promised to you long before you were even born. Life is not random, and if you look closely at your journey, you'll see that everything was meticulously designed to lead you to this very moment. You are being prepared to receive something far greater than you can imagine. But there is a hidden law that governs the chosen ones. What is destined for you will find you. But first, it will test you. And that's what you're experiencing now. The test of silence, the test of waiting, the test of faith when there are no guarantees, the test of staying standing when everything inside you screams to give up. Because only those who withstand the invisible are ready to carry the visible miracle. Look, everything you've been through, every loss, every tear, every disappointment, was not a punishment. It was training. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Imagine a sword. Before it can shine in battle, it must be forged, hammered, heated, cooled. And all of that hurts, but only then does it become sharp, precise, and unbeatable. And you, chosen one, have been forged like that. That's why life was never easy for you. That's why your battles were unfair. That's why you were pushed into solitude. Because those who carry a high calling must go through intense trials. But now listen closely. You're close, very close, and this message is being delivered to you now as a reminder from above. Don't stop. What you're waiting for is coming with force, with precision, with purpose, and it will arrive at the exact moment when you are ready on the inside. Because before blessings manifest externally, they must find fertile ground within. And you may not realize it, but the past few months have been just that. Internal cleansing, energetic reconfiguration, spiritual opening, vibrational elevation, ego death, mission awakening. You are no longer the same, and because of that, what is yours can finally reach you. Have you noticed how certain opportunities didn't work out in the past, even though they seemed perfect? It wasn't because they weren't good. It was because you weren't the right container yet. But now, something has changed. You have changed. Your frequency has changed. Your consciousness has changed. And because of that, what once didn't fit will now come to you as if it had always been yours. What's coming won't be like last time. It won't be unstable, confusing, filled with fear. It will be peaceful, clear, aligned. And even if your mind tries to doubt, your spirit will recognize, this is it. It's now. It's here. But understand this, the universe doesn't get the address wrong. If something is taking time, it's because something is still being realigned. It could be inside of you. It could be in someone else. It could be in time, in space, in the cycle. But when everything is ready, that which carries your name, your frequency, your spiritual code, will find you. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how forgotten you feel. It doesn't matter if even you have stopped believing. It will find you, just like a wave returns to the shore, just like the sun rises after the night, just like a seed sprouts after the winter. That is how your promise will arrive. And you know what's most extraordinary? It won't come shouting. It won't be announced on big billboards. It will come in the silence, in the calm, in the synchronicity of details, in the casual encounters that are not casual at all, in the right words at the right moment, in a video like this one that appears exactly when your heart needs it most. You may be going through something no one understands, carrying pain no one sees, holding on to faith without receiving anything in return. But that makes you rare, unique, chosen. And those who are chosen are sustained by something invisible that can't be explained, only felt. And if you're here, it's because something inside you knows. The promise wasn't canceled, it was protected. And now, it's on its way. You were trained in silence to be honored in public. The time of being forgotten is ending. The time of being seen is approaching. But listen carefully. Don't chase what is yours. Don't force open doors that remain closed. Don't beg for love, attention, recognition, or validation. Because what is truly yours will find you when you need it most, not when you beg for it the hardest. The universe doesn't respond to neediness. It responds to vibration. And now, your vibration is ready. Get ready. Because the answer is closer than it seems. It may come as a sudden intuition, as an unexpected call. Now pay very close attention, because what you're about to hear may explain things happening in your life that, until today, you've never understood. The appearance of ants inside your house may be more than a sign. It may be a warning, an urgent message from the spiritual realm. Ants, in their essence, are messengers, but like every sign from above, they also carry discernment. And when they show up at specific moments, in repetitive patterns, in exaggerated numbers, it's because they are exposing something hidden that needs to be broken. How many times have you felt a heaviness inside your own home? A sense of unexplained fatigue, frequent arguments between family members, sudden pains, insomnia, or an unshakable anxiety? You try to fix things in the physical realm, but spiritually, everything still feels messy. You clean the furniture, yet it still feels like something invisible is draining your energy. And then, the ants appear, as eyes of the spirit, as sentinels of the astral plane. And here comes the revelation. When they appear in excess, they're not just symbolizing work or effort, they're revealing a breach, a spiritual infiltration, an unauthorized presence. Yes, there are homes where ants do not represent blessings, but attacks, envy, the evil eye, spells cast, dark energy that entered through open doors, negative words, spiritual contamination from close people, charged objects, destructive thoughts. The ant appears to expose that your spiritual environment has been invaded. It doesn't enter by chance. It's drawn to vibrations, to frequencies, to invisible disturbances that you may feel, but not understand. You may be getting visited by dense energies in your most vulnerable moments, at night, when you wake up, when you're alone, and your home, as a sacred temple, begins to show symptoms. The ants are the symptoms. Do you know why this is happening to you? Because you are chosen. And the chosen, when they're not aligned, become prime targets for darkness. You carry light, you carry a calling, and the spiritual enemy will do everything in its power to contaminate your foundation. Because destroying the home of a chosen one is a way to paralyze the mission they carry. But here's the powerful truth. Nothing that is revealed can control you anymore. From the moment the sign is exposed, from the moment the presence of the ant is understood, the cycle begins to break. That's why this video reached you. That's why you're hearing this now. Because it's time to act, to restore the spiritual balance of your home, to place every corner of your house under divine authority. Start with the details. Pray in the areas where they appear the most. Use consecrated oil. Read Psalms. Declare that your home belongs to the light. And above all, guard what you say, think, and feel within that sacred space. The ants also come to test your spiritual posture. Will you react like a fool, thinking they're just insects? Or will you understand that in the spiritual world, nothing is too small to carry a powerful revelation? There are forces around you watching every decision you make. You're in an invisible battlefield, but you're not alone. The presence of the ants is also a reminder. Angels are at work too. The battle is underway, and your victory is near. So don't complain, don't be afraid, just understand. Ants in your house may be the final warning before a great deliverance. If they're bothering you, perhaps what's really bothering you isn't the insect itself, but the spiritual energy they came to expose. It's time for purification, for prayer, for rebuilding, and more. The greater the number of ants, the greater the magnitude of what's being prepared. The enemy doesn't attack where there's nothing, and if your home is under attack, it's because the promise hovering over you is massive. You may be facing resistance, but that's just further proof that what's coming will be supernatural. Hear this well. Every disturbance is the rehearsal for a miracle. Every spiritual battle is the beginning of deliverance. Every uncomfortable presence is a push toward total consecration. The ants are a push, so that you snap out of distraction, so that you take hold of the authority you carry, so that you rise and declare, "In my home, only light dwells. In my home, only what comes from God is allowed. In my home, the Holy Spirit is the one who reigns." And just as they came, they will leave, because the mission will be completed. The message has been delivered, and the warrior has awakened. When that moment comes, and it will come, everything will align, as if heaven itself had orchestrated every detail of your journey. You'll realize it wasn't luck, It wasn't coincidence, but the miracle of the divine plan unfolding in your life. You, the chosen one, carry a light that does not go out even in the darkest nights. That light guides you, strengthens you, and prepares you to receive what has been reserved for you. Now I want you to make a powerful choice. Like this video, so that this message can amplify within your energy. Share it with someone who needs to hear this right now, because you might be the channel of this blessing for another soul. Comment 11 to show that you are ready to receive this transformation, to declare that you accept your divine destiny. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single message that will prepare you even more for what's coming. Remember, the universe is faithful to its chosen ones, and you are one of them. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue this journey toward your true mission.